Good evening, everybody. Again, welcome back to another live show of PD's Football Live Show on the channel. Again, we've got a lot more to discuss about tonight on the show. Of course, we were involved in pre-season again, which resulted in another win. There you are. So, yes, another win in pre-season. I cannot wait for the new season now. It's starting to look a lot more promising now, isn't it? It really, really is. Again, we've had two players now out of the space within a couple of days. So Clark and Hendrick, they've gone out on loan, so we'll be talking about that as well. And, of course, the other transfers that have been going on. And I can see, Chimmers, why you're shaking your head. But sorry, when we have an hour of the show, you know what it means. So there you go. But we may as well bring him in because we've got no other comments to read out at the moment, so we may as well get Chimmers in then. Good evening.
Subtle.
Hey God. Well, pre-season 3-0 against 1860 Munich. Take it away.
We're going to win the league, aren't we? No, I mean, we don't need anybody. Scrap the rest of the window. We don't need anybody else. We don't need DRB. We don't need Paqueta. That's it. We're going to win the league with who we've got.
And did you get a chance to see the game or the highlights?
I was at work all three, so I've seen the highlights. It looked like a typical pre-season game. Then when a bit of class came on, it kind of changed the game a bit.
But yeah, I mean, I see the highlights because again, I was at work today as well. But second half when we got the goals, the goals we scored, I thought I like Sean Longstaff's goal. I thought he took that goal very well, as well. Willicks scored as well. Could he have a big future this season?
Like he's got to step up because he knows fine enough. He doesn't give what he's capable of. Then he's out of the team. So.
Yep, Longstaff, as I mentioned, he scored a cracking goal. Do you think it's his time to step up as well?
He's got any other tries either because he's got likes of a Bruno or a Joe Linton or Shelby or possibly another player if Paqueta comes in his shoes. So he's got no choice. He has to step up while he's on the bench.
That's it, isn't it? Yep. Absolutely. And of course, Mr. Bruno scores as well.
Right. He always scores, doesn't he? Not bad for a defensive midfielder.
There you are. He's ready to go for the new season as well. First off was awful. Second off was good, according to Joe Linton. Good evening, PD and Sam. Hope you're well, Josh. Lascelles and Murphy were dog crap. Again, I didn't see the full game, so...
Seen the highlights of them, and I thought they were a bit... And that's just pre-season, though, so...
Kraft was good too. I heard he had another good game as well, Emil Kraft. Joe Linton says, I hope we get a right ringer and striker in. Yeah, we still need to look at those positions. I agree, definitely. But we've got going there, so the areas.
Evening, guys.
Did you make the friendly game against 1860 Munich?
Yeah, it was a good result. It was just like you say, it doesn't mean much, does it? It's just a friendly. It didn't.
Well, I think it's going to start proving how we are going to be ready for the new season. You would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Like I said, I agree with what Sal just said there about Lascelles and Murphy were rubbish.
Kraft had a good game. CEO as well. So they announced a CEO the night as well. Newcastle.
Yes, they have. Great to see Willick score the day. Yeah, he took his goal well. White Trout says, I'm slightly worried we won't have a striker to partner Wilson. Hopefully we'll get one. But it looks like but it's not going to be Ekatike because it looks like he's now going to complete his move to PSG. But I'm glad we've pulled out of this deal completely now.
Exactly.
That would be hilarious if we feel the musical there, like.
Jolene says the commentary today was awful. I heard it was very bad the day. From what
it was horrible.
So there you are.
Apparently they pulled it off
pictures of the
YouTube as well, didn't they? They pulled it off YouTube as well last minute, apparently, as well.
I heard about that as well. Yes, I did. So that's a bit. Yeah, I heard that. So I can imagine not a lot of fans would have would have been happy with that. So that to watch it via their UFC TV. As well, but at least we got a win as well, and it just hopefully keeps us going because we've got that team next to criticised us.
Millions.
Yes, there you are. Which I
Oh,
would
yeah,
love to, but I would just love to get over in this next preseason friendly on Monday. After criticising our ownership, well, the fans criticising our ownership.
Just jealousy.
There you are. Well, it is jealousy, isn't it? And yes, Mason.
Right.
Good. So, well,
Is it?
as you were saying on John's show, Mason, you watched the game?
I did.
No, John's doing a live stream today. No, surely not.
Well, he's just been on before John. I was on there for a bit, so yep. Go on then, Mason. Take it away with a friendly.
No, it was alright. First half was a bit quiet, and in the second half we just completely controlled there. 18-16 Munich.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
I was happy with the game.
White Trust says, "What about Isaac? Not for a quoted 60-odd million that Sociedad have put on. Nah. With only 6 goals last season." Comedy person told us everyone's life story. Wow, Jesus. Jolene says Isaac very good and versatile. Give them 45 million plus one. The fact is they want 60-odd million for him, which I'd be not willing to pay for someone who didn't score many goals last season.
Yeah. Callum Wilson scored more. Callum Wilson scored more. He missed 3 months of the season.
There you are. Absolutely. So, I think we should look for another striker. We're still linked with Broja, but I've heard he's picked up an injury, and he had a protective boot on as well. So that's another one.
That's not good, is
it? Well, guys. Well, of course, we had 2 departures of 2 players going out on loan this week. So we'll start off with this one. What do we make of this one going out on loan to Reading, Mr. Jeff Hendrick?
Thank God.
Exactly, thank God. The wages that he's picking up, but he's just not good enough for the Castle.
No, it just hasn't worked out for us. I mean, we got him on a free, but frees don't always guarantee you that it's going to go out well, is it? Turn well a lot of the time. No, it just wasn't to be. But my thing is what happens when he finishes his loan spell? Is he going to go out on loan again? Are we going to get some money for him?
Let's cross that bridge when it comes to it.
Because he's still going to be in contract when he has his loan spell. That's the thing.
Yeah, because Mike Ashley won it.
Yeah, well, just giving these players too much in wages, which they don't deserve.
No,
so that's why it's hard to get rid of them permanently. Because they might want them, but are they going to be willing to pay the wages that they're on at the club?
No. That's why we're going to have to That's why we're going to either have to loan them out or sell them for very little because no one will pay big money for them.
Well, yeah, there you are. So that's my concern with Jeff Hendrick is what happens when he returns from his loan spell.
Good question.
I can still have 2 years. You still have 2 years. I think he's going.
Is he going to have another loan spell, and we're going to have to keep loaning him out until his contract eventually runs out, and then he becomes a free agent, or are we going to get some money for him? Because I don't know how much will he be available now for these days. What do you reckon?
How old is he?
How much you think?
I think it'll just be free transfer. I think we'll just come to a mutual agreement or something, or just he's going to have him for now.
So they could come to a point where the owners or the club will cancel his contract and then they'll put him as a free agent as well.
I wouldn't say cancel his contract. I would just say agree with the club that they're buying, that they're selling it. Would say he's going to have him for now. just like a free transfer. Just say, as long as you can pay his wages, then it's all that matters.
That's very much. Oh, we've got Tony joining us, who was on John's show before. Good evening, Tony.
Hi, Pete. All right, mate.
You go
Evening,
on then.
Tony.
Go on then. Give us some the friendly game of the day then.
Yeah, well, I didn't see it because obviously I was at work. So, but looking at the result, and I haven't seen the highlights yet, which I'm going to catch up on as well soon. But yeah, overall, good result. But at the end of the day, it's all about fitness. That's the main thing.
That's it. Eddie wants to get to works with these players still to make sure we are ready for the season, and that's what these friendlies are going to do. In a way, definitely. Jeff Hendrick going out on loan. Does that surprise you one bit, Tony? Because I don't think it does with a lot of our fans.
Not at all. I'm glad we got rid. Just a shame we can't get rid of him permanently in it.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, what happens when he returns from his loan spell? Because he's still going to be in contract. So is it going to have to be another loan spell for him? Are we going to get somebody for him? Or do you think the club might just cancel the whole contract altogether and put him as a free agent that way?
I think that's what the club needs to do. Just get rid of him. Just pay him off and say, look, thanks for your service, but you're not the quality that we need here at the moment. But off you go, and good luck with the rest of your future.
Yeah, same with Gale as well. I got to try pay him off.
Again,
money
that's
for Gale.
I mean, that's another hard one we're trying to get off as well. Of course, Middlesbrough are interested, but they said the wages are, which is what is preventing them. But
Steve Bruce apparently wants him. West Brom apparently wanting him. Steve Bruce who said he's wanting some he's wanting him every club he's been at, and he's only playing for 20 seconds here and there when he's playing him.
Thing is, the thing is, whoever gets him in the Championship, they're guaranteed to get near the top end of the table because he will bang in at least 23 goals for you in the season.
Well, that's it, yeah. This is going to be the problem. Everyone we try to sign to the clubs are just going to stick the hand in. We will face competition from other clubs to get players in.
One thing I will say is that when the season gets started, teams will start panicking for signings. So you might get, we might get rid of a Gale or Darlow in a panic buy where a club may need a goalkeeper because of injury, or a club may need a striker because of injury, or they're desperate for a goal scorer, or desperate for just a goalkeeper just to have in their squad. So they might end up going permanently later as the window goes on. Like say deadline day, or
Jolin, I think you've had a Sinclair. Low might do Hendrick some good. He might come back better. He's still very young. He's 30. Jolin Hendrick only 22, Gale 20. Now both of them are in the 30s now. So, but yeah, you are. So that it is going to be hard to try and get them off. So it might have to be. It could well have to be loan spell, but until the contract runs out. Well, the next one to head out on loan is this man.
Thank God as well.
Again, are we surprised?
No. His time was done.
I mean, would you see he's been a good servant to us, though?
Yes. Yeah.
He has, but I think he's overstayed his welcome. Yeah, I think he's overstayed his welcome by 2 years. I think he should have been gone 2 years ago, personally, but that's just
one off I left.
Because they're in the Pushbish. Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, got frozen out at times in the Rafa. Bruce tried to put the faith in him, but you could just tell at that point his time was definitely up at the club.
Yeah, he's been a good servant. I mean, we got 6 years out of him. He's been a good servant. He got well from the Championship, and but really, yeah, he's past his sell-by date now, and he should have been gone a few years ago. But we got to look at our previous owner not wanting to move players on because he didn't want to spend money.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing with Clark is like he'll be in the final year of his current contract. When that ends in his loan spell, he could either go to Sheffield United permanently, or he'll definitely find another club because we'll definitely be releasing him from his current contract. There'll be no chance of an extension here now.
No, not at all. I mean, Federico Fernandez as well. He's got a year's extension still on his contract, hasn't he? So, is that another one? Do we just say, look, sort out a severance package with them and say, thank you for your service, but you're no longer required, and off you go and find a club? Because, no disrespect, he's good enough to get into any bottom half of the table Premier League team, like some of Fulham or Bournemouth or someone like that. He's still good enough for that.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that as well. I think he could definitely do your job in the Championship, no matter which team he could have went to. But he's got to Sheffield United, which, as I mentioned, is a very good, definite move for him. And not to mention, if you're told to train with the under-23s as well, that just means your time is over and done with now as well, innit?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, once you're told to go and train with the kids, that's it. Your time's up, basically.
Yeah.
And I can see Matty Longstaff going out as well on loan, maybe. Because since he had that rise when he came in against Man United and scored on his debut, that cracking goal from outside the box, we all remember.
Yep.
And then he done it again at Old Trafford, albeit in a defeat. But really, he hasn't pulled up any trees since. And like Sean Longstaff, he's gone downwards, but he's coming back now because under Rafa, he was absolutely fantastic under Rafa, and he was a £50 million player, Sean Longstaff. Unfortunately, he got bruised.
Well, that's it. Hopefully, Eddie Howe's going to get down to work with him like he's done with Joe Linton as well, and try to get him what Rafa made him like.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to see Sean Longstaff back to the player he was under Rafa, because then we have got talent on our hands, and he could push for the England team. But the only way he's going to do that is by pushing himself and proving himself, and getting back to the way he was. But we just have to give him time and see if he does. But, we've got a long bench next season, so even if he doesn't start, at least he's going to be guaranteed to come on at least, because we've got 5 substitutes to play with next year.
Yep, absolutely. We'll go on to the whole ticket system that's been going on. I mean, for the first game, I mean, what did we make of it? Online sale only, fans get difficulties, people try to get in it quite early, but then they're having to go into a massive queue as well to get to wait. Not to mention the Brighton away game, for the first away game of the season. 150 loyalty points they're starting off that with.
Wow.
Sadly, this is what's going to happen. It's what's going to happen now, unfortunately, that because of the nature of the beast we're going to be, it's only going to be, it's going to happen. This is just going to keep happening now because of it, and there's nothing we can do about it. It's just unfortunately the territory we're going in. One thing I will say is that we obviously the 2 friendly games are against teams that finished, was it 8th in their respective leagues, La Liga and Serie A. £20, fair enough. Yeah, but yeah, no one complained at the fact that you're paying £35 or more for a team that didn't even win the championship to play them, to watch them. It's like, well, I'm not being funny. Who's the better team, Atalanta, Athletic Bilbao, or Nottingham Forest? I'm not being funny, but the 2 teams that were playing in the friendlies are the better teams because they're virtually qualified. Did they qualify for the Europa Conference, I think, as well?
Yeah, I think
so.
They do.
So I don't get what people are complaining for. Still, it's like you'll not complain to watch a team that won the playoffs, but you'll complain to watch 2 teams that are qualified for Euro. It's completely mad. It's just, and then I just think, it's like I said, this is what it's going to be like now because of the club we're going to, in the direction we're going at. It's going to be harder and harder to get tickets, but that's life, unfortunately. I mean, that's until we get a bigger stadium or bigger extension approved or whatever I take. But
I mean, could you see us expanding St James's Park, or are we going to have to get a new stadium in the future?
I think there'll have to be one or the other. If you can this until we get into the Champions League, this stadium will be fine for that for now. But if we keep going in the Champions League on a regular basis, competing for leagues and competing for trophies, we're going to have to either expand St James or we're going to have to look at another stadium. Unfortunately, whether people like it or not, you can't have a stadium that still looks like it's full of bits like they're going to have to do some massive upgrades again on it to preserve it, and
I
if
mean,
they don't
if
want to build a new stadium,
if the word expands to James's Park, where are they going to expand it?
Could they not buy that
Well,
land
that's the
back that
thing.
Ashley sold?
No,
Unless they buy it back.
because they've started building on it, haven't they?
Yeah, but they're in administration now, aren't they? The company.
That's what I mean. Why could they buy it? Just
So they could do that. I mean, it's going to be hard with the East Stand because of the buildings right next to there.
they're all there. What you call it, graded buildings or listed buildings, aren't they?
Grade 2 listed buildings, aye.
The thing is, with a stadium, there's so many different things that you can do with it. So basically, you could either move it into Leazes Park, and then you'd move Leazes Park from where it is now and put it on the Gallagher site. So you still would have Leazes Park, but it would be on the opposite side of the ground.
Yep.
So you've got that option.
Yep.
You've also got, if the owners can buy that land back off the people who are in administration.
Yep.
If they can buy that back, you can build on that. You could also look at lowering the pitch maybe, but you've got to be careful because you've got the metro underneath as well.
Yep.
Which you've got to be careful with structural side of that. I've seen another plan where the stadium can literally be moved across a bit. So you're moving the pitch over as well. And then you can expand where the East Stand is, and you're not even touching the listed buildings behind you. Who coincidentally are owned by a Saudi businessman as well. But there was plans from 20 years ago where you can incorporate those listed buildings in with any building on the East Stand. So you're not actually causing any concern to them buildings whatsoever. So there is plenty. But I'm sure the owners will be talking to maybe top-level architects to say, look, we don't want to move from here. What is the best plans? And I'm sure there's people getting their heads together, looking at it and saying, right, we can do X, Y, and Z. And then the owners will say, right, okay, we'll go with that one, or we'll go with that one. But, as I've said before, we shouldn't really move from St. James's Park because it's in the heart of the city. And on a match day, the pubs, restaurants, shops, little small businesses all rely on the match day when the fans are in the city. Take that away from the city, all these businesses are going to suffer, and especially smaller businesses. And to me, it would just be ripping the heart out of the city. So you have to keep it in the city. I mean, you've got the other thing as well, which I mentioned once, was you could also knock down St. James's and restart, because if you look at Qatar, they've got what they call a temporary stadium. So it's like basically like a jigsaw puzzle. They build a stadium together, and you can have like 50, 60,000 seat stadium, which is just temporary. Site that somewhere maybe temporarily for a couple of seasons until you've redeveloped St. James's Park, like Tottenham did with their stadium when they knocked down White Hart Lane and rebuilt it. So there's plenty of options there to look at.
I mean, there is definitely. I'll just rattle through some of these comments.
Sorry if that was a bit long-winded, but
No, don't worry. We should have had a clearer after promotion. We should have, yes. Liam thinks Fernandez will go to the MLS. He wasn't playing the day, was he?
No.
But he did make on the travels to Austria. A few players at his age has gone there to end their careers. Some of them have. Gareth Bale's now gone there. Luke, I hope you're well. Feel free to get yourself on if you would like to. Geordie 2 for life, you lads. Well, fuck it, let's just build into the metro. The future tells you at some point a new stadium will go ahead. At some point, it's not financially viable. Leaving 20,300,000 pounds with no money to spend, not getting into St. James's Park, it will happen. You talk about the small businesses. The small businesses around Upton Park suffered because West Ham moved to Stratford. Yes, they did as well.
Yeah, they moved into a ready-made stadium, didn't they? Basically,
the Olympics.
That isn't as good there, though. That's the problem now. The atmosphere has dropped. Like the same with Man City, they moved from Main Road into a built stadium for the Commonwealth Games. the thing is, you can move stadiums, but I think it takes away that atmosphere. The atmosphere is unique
It
at
does.
St. Park, and you cannot move from there. And I've always said that, and I would like it to stay there if possible. I know people are saying Gosforth, but no, it's got to be where it is now.
Yeah, I don't think you can move anywhere from the city centre, can you? So,
No.
hey, yo. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed tonight's show, please do hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. If you are new, enjoyed the content, or if you are new, and we are nearly at 1,600 subscribers, so smash that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and we can get to 1,600 subscribers very, very soon. If you would like to donate as well, there is Super Chat available. And if you'd like to consider becoming a member of the channel as well, just click the join button as well. And if you would like to get yourself on tonight's show, the link is pinned in the live chat as well. If you click on the link, I will see you in the waiting room and bring you on tonight's show as well.
Can I? Sorry, Paul. Can I just? Sorry, Pete. Can I just go back to the thing about the tickets, which obviously
there was a lot of
and Sam was talking about. Well, obviously, you know, the other night when we're on John's show, I mentioned this about the tickets fiasco, which I actually experienced that day. I was only about 3,000 in the queue, got on after half an hour, and the seat I'd chosen, when I went on to go and pay for it, it logged me out and I had to log back in. When I logged back in, the seat was
you
gone.
were saying that, you were saying that, weren't you?
And then I've not heard nothing back from me long email that I've sent the club, but the single seat thing in the middle, what they need to do with that is they need to they need to sort that out so that you can purchase that single seat if it's the only seat that's in that section. But it just seems to be that, you know, like I said the other day, we've still got the same stuff from when Mike Ashley owned the club, and I've even seen, I think Steve Hasty mentioned it as well, and saying they're still not as helpful as as they should be, really.
Absolutely, but it's not just that. There's still people waiting for kits to come to them that they've ordered online. I mean, I'm still waiting for my third shirt to arrive, and that's definitely been about 3 weeks since I've ordered it, and it's still not arrived yet.
Yeah, like I say, from pre-order day, I got my shirt today, and it's going to have to go back to Castori straight away because
you were saying
it's got marks on it and things like that. It's not very good. So, so what I'll do is I'll send it back, and I'll get my daughter to go to the club shop and pick me a shirt and post it off to me.
That's what I was just going to say. What I would do if you're getting a shirt is don't order it online. Just go to the club shop and get it because no, just can't chance it. Simple as.
That's what I do.
It's my birthday in a couple of weeks, and I want the third strip, and I'm debating whether just to get it from the club shop now rather than pay for it. So, I got the home strip. Obviously, I've got the home strip, but I bought it on the day with signed Botman, was it? And then obviously his has the sleeve sponsor on, the noon sponsor. Well, mine doesn't. So how does that work? How does he get the sleeve sponsor when mine doesn't? I bought it on the same day.
Yeah, Jolene says build a roller coaster so while the match plays, there's trains going over the match.
Who's lost the put in?
The Emirates is also a library, according to Liam. To be honest, I think the other Man City fans have got to not leave because it's not the same club. Imagine seeing a train going over St James's Park as you play. Wow.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Johnny says, Tony, they are not football stadiums, sense the atmosphere. Look at Spurs. They have a great atmosphere. At the end of the day, NUFC is business to make money eventually.
Yeah, obviously you want to make money eventually, but, you know, it's history, and, you know, it's technically the only football ground that's in the middle of a city centre as well, you know, so we're quite unique, and we don't really want to take that away from there, do we, really, you know?
No, we don't.
I mean, I know back in the 90s, John Hall wanted to build a 120,000 old stadium, San Siro type on the Town and give St James's Park to the Falcons, but obviously the little protesters come out and said, no, you can't build on green belt land, so then plans went to pot, and we just stayed where we were.
Peter, did you say third shirt or third shirt? Third shirt, I said, Jolin. I paid in all the Johnny boys and girls. Hope you are well, definitely. Oh, look who's here.
Hello.
How you doing, Archer?
Nice.
Watch that
Good,
Maverick.
That's
Well,
what
then,
I put my
Archer.
name to.
I mean, Archer, what did you make of the friendly? I mean, did you catch a highlight?
I catch the highlights on Facebook. I thought it would have been about 5-0 or something, but
I mean, I said
3-0
3-0 up Paul Shaw, and I got it right.
Aye.
Peter, I'm just going to get a drink.
No problem. But do you think it's just starting to show, Archer, that we're starting to look ready for the new season as well?
Looking forward for the new season ahead. Like,
I mean, a lot of us are definitely on the. And also, what do we make of Jeff Hendrick and Kieran Clark going out on loan as well?
Jeff Hendrick, it's a good move for him because he's not going to get any game time with us from the kind of Reading, and obviously with Kieran Clark, it's a good move for him. At least they're both loan deals. Is Clark an option to buy, or is it just a loan deal until the end of the season?
Well, it's a loan deal, but the thing is, he'll be in the final year of his current contract, and that will run out. So if he then become a free agent, and he'll look for a new club, or he could stay at Sheffield United. So you will go on a free because I can't see this club extended his contract anymore.
No, I can't see. Clark's done for me. Like he's had his time with us. Rafa brought him in when we won the championship, and he's done his bit. It's for him to time and move on for a different club because we've literally got Sven Botman in, and obviously we've got Shaw, Lascelles, Dan Burn. I don't know what the crack is with Fernandez at the minute, like.
Well, he did travel with the squad, but he didn't play the day. Liam says the money is why I'm losing out for football and why I think people should go to their non-league team. I mean, there is football; it's too much money now as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. The more success you get, though, the more the bigger the ticket price are going to go up as well. People have got, but I still can't understand why people are complaining about the friendly matches. Like, £20 for a ticket or £35 for both.
I've got both of them still. I'm at both the friendly games, so that's why it shows I'm looking forward to getting back.
They need to take a reality check because Chelsea are charging £50 for a friendly game. So if they think £20 is a lot of money, then go and watch Chelsea then.
And Fulham are charging over the odds for Premier League games as well.
I've heard £100 a ticket.
Ridiculous, isn't it? If we do put it so trades go over, that will help us. If we can dig very deep and add more season tickets with a different view, according to Joe Linton. Between £60 to £100 for tickets, exactly what Liam is just asked. What that's just ludicrous, that isn't it?
Well, for a team that's just come up from the championship, you know why they're doing that, because they're thinking, if only in the Premier League for one season, let's just charge you for tickets and make as much money as we can before we go back down. Because I'm led to believe now that teams, when they come up, if they haven't been up for more than 3 years, you don't get a parachute payment now.
Exactly. I mean, do you think Fulham will head straight back down, or do you think it'll be their season where they'll stop up this time?
Probably.
I don't know. Marco Silva. Marco Silva. If you look at his jobs, I mean, Watford he was absolutely useless at, and he got sacked from Everton because he was dragging them down. So I can't see them staying up.
How much is the ticket at Gateshead? It's about £15 normally for an adult. I know that. Is that sun and flags into Tony's house? God, I hope it isn't.
No,
Nah,
no, not at all. No,
I
Not
would
that
have thought
be
it
one
was.
scene in my house, I tell you.
Exactly.
Well, I went to the cinema last night and I got a drink and some popcorn and I came to a tenner. So, you
Oh,
know,
a lot of money, isn't it?
A mate of mine who was watching the match today said there was apparently a Sunderland fan in the crowd because he had his Sunderland top on with Bidfest on, and I said, "Oh, he was brave than money."
Oh, he was. Oh, yes. Jesus Christ. What do we make of the friendly? Every time the goals were going in for us, that local hero was played as well.
yeah, I heard that. I had to listen to it twice now. So that's what he was playing, isn't it?
Brilliant, isn't it?
Certainly is, wasn't it? It really, really was.
We're not going to be doing that away the Premier League season. Now we're playing the music every time a goal goes in, a bit like what Norwich City do.
I mean, when I was at Leicester, they were doing that as well.
On them
Wolves.
bloody clappers.
Oh, don't bang on about Leicester. No, not again.
You've been twice and you've seen two rotten performances, haven't you?
Aye, first time was 5 out and we got beat 4 out again.
You know the sequel then, don't you? Archer shouldn't go
Aye.
like your Leicester away, should he?
Archer can tell about his time in Leicester Steve. Just bear with us a couple of seconds, guys.
Aye, Leicester when I went doing for on the boost, it was absolutely awful. Like he had St. Maximin on the bench, and he had I think he played Key and Muto up front. But it was just like Travelling Doom was alright, but the performance was awful. And then obviously when I went doing with Peter last season, yet again, performance was just absolutely dross.
Yeah, we've had bad results down there. I think next season we'll do better next year down there. That's for sure.
know.
The thing is, though, Leicester, the only time we had a decent game when we had no fans, yeah? Just shows you.
Aye. Best performance we played against Leicester. That was when we beat them 2-1, I believe, up here.
Yeah, that was a hell of a performance. I was at that game, and obviously I saw the second goal by Bruno because I was up that end of the. I was in the Milburn stand at that side in the paddocks, but yeah, that was a tremendous game. That was, and then to actually win it in injury time with Joe Willock bursting down the flank and getting over and getting the cross in, and Bruno diving in, heading home, and having run like 60, 70 yards to get that ball shows you, even at the end of the game, how much energy he's still got in his tanks. So, you know, that guy could probably run for 2 hours without getting out of breath, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Julian says Miggy's looking sharp. I think hopefully this is it. He's got to try. He's got to try prove himself now, Miggy.
Oh yeah, definitely. Do you think he might be a bit better now, Pete? Because this new CEO we've got in, obviously he's come from Atlanta in America. Obviously Miggy's old club, so he probably knows Miggy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he probably will. Definitely will do. I mean, he's got to try prove himself because there was a lot of disappointment from him from the last season, wasn't there?
Yeah, I mean, I seen a journalist called Roberto Rojas.
Yeah.
And he follows MLS and he's followed Miggy Almiron as well. And he said, he says the problem in Newcastle is, he says, he was never played in his proper position, and that's why you've never ever seen the best of Miggy Almiron. He says because they never played him as that number 10. He says, put him in that number 10 role, and he's absolutely fantastic. He says, or put him on the right wing, and he's absolutely brilliant. He says, but he says was too much messing about with him, and he believes Steve Bruce as well held him back a lot as well. So he said, but if you play him in his rightful position as a number 10, he says, you would see a totally different player to what you've got now.
You could well do, yep. St. Albans do good music. Yeah, I think they do, don't they? Archer, Connor Jolin, Archer, you went back in heaven with how bright your background is.
Oh, I'm on the bus. I'm going into town. That's why.
Hey.
The village people got a gig tonight there, like.
And Liam says we should have went down on the Bruce, but everyone was so bad, especially the relegated teams. Yeah. I don't know how we went. I don't know how we stayed up on we stayed under Bruce. I thought we should have went down that season under Bruce. 2021. Do you agree?
I was thinking about though, there was about 10 teams in the relegation battle last season. We were just lucky that the way it was we just managed to get out of it somehow.
Like Covey says, hi, PD. I hope you're well.
Joe Willock pulled us out the shite that season as well because, I mean, you know, when we got beat like 3-0 off Brighton away, that was a shocking performance. But, you know, thanks to Joe Willock in that half season when he got those goals, I mean, if it wasn't for them, we would have been dead and buried, in my opinion.
Yeah, Andrew's in that house. Good evening, Andrew. He says, what bus he on, Archer? I don't know. He's disappeared. For some reason, I don't know how.
England's winning 1-0, by the way.
Oh, the women's side, yes, they are playing the night as well. So
Frank Kirby.
Nice one. Nice one. As well, so that is good.
Hopefully they'll win the Euros, eh?
Yep. Well, then we'll get on to the next thingy, which we were just discussing about before. So yes, what do we make of our new CEO?
I don't know. I don't know. I had one.
This came
Never
out
heard of
blue,
him.
this, didn't it? Darren Eales,
I never heard of him.
Chief Executive Officer. So yes, when
So
you were
we've got-
saying,
I've not heard a lot about him. I mean, I didn't even know he was coming into the club, to be honest, and it's obviously a shock announcement. But obviously, he knows Dan Ashworth quite well. As you know, they work together apparently at West Brom as well. So, and as I just mentioned before, he's from Atlanta, so he'll know Miggy Almiron quite well. So yeah, so maybe it'll be a great appointment, and you know. When the likes of Simon Jones was saying, "Oh well, you know, the owners weren't doing anything; they weren't getting board members in, and you know, they didn't know how to run a club." Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Jordan. Have a look now and see what's going on and what we've appointed now, and I think he'll change his mind on that.
yeah, oh, we've got the man, Mr. John Sinclair. Hey!
Hey,
Hi,
John.
John.
Yeah, there's a new Man United stream on there, is there not?
Go on, John.
Wow.
Go on, John.
Yeah,
We've
I was
discussed-
going to say, look, good evening to you guys. Good evening to Sam, Mason, Tony, and Gordon. And good evening to you guys. And hope you're having a good
Evening.
day.
Even John.
Go on, John. Let's touch on the friendly. We're discussing it on your show just before. What did we make of it?
You talking about the game, did you say?
The show, the live show, the friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, we won 3-0, as you know. And looks the first game. I know people's going to say it's all about the match fitness, etc. But I want to win every game. And what I want to see, though, Pete, I want to see snippets. What we're going to see this season, yeah. And I hope we get that. And I'm looking for players. A couple of players going to step up next season, in a month's time. Players like Jojo Shelby, Sean Longstaff, ASM as well. And if they step up to the plate, then we're going to have a good season. We're going to have a cracking season, yeah? But Sean Longstaff, I mean, everyone is piping this guy up, yeah? Saying, oh, he's going to do great. It's going to be great. Jojo Shelby, the same thing, yeah? But this is just one game. It's only one friendly, man. I mean, you got to see how they do in the season.
Considering we were complaining about our friendlies last preseason under Bruce, where they were just so horrible to watch, and you just showed
Exactly.
that's not getting us ready for the season. What do you make of Hendrick and Clark going out on loan? Is it surprised you, John, or not really?
I'm not really noticed the speed of it as well. I'm surprised because I thought they were going to go on the last day of the summer transfer, but they had to go. Kieran Clark, I think, let's be real, great servant, right? For me, he had a fantastic servant at the club, but the last few seasons under Boost, it just has not been the same player, to be fair, but he has to go. He needs games, right? And the same with Jeff Hendrick, right? He needs the game time, yeah? They're not going to get at Newcastle United, and I'm glad they are, because at the end of the day, right, if they stop Newcastle and they can't get in the team, they'll be picking up their huge wages every week while playing the game. We don't want that. So I'm glad they had to go on loan. No, Kieran Clark's done anyway. He's finished, by the way. Jeff Hendrick, for me, right, let's be real, I don't think he's good enough for Newcastle United. We need improving players, and that's what we need. I live Jeff and Kieran all the best, sort of, and I hope they do well at their clubs, and I hope their clubs have a real go at promotion. That's all I want to see. I want them to be successful, but unfortunately not be at Newcastle, so I wish them all the best.
Oh, yeah. The thing is with Clark, John, this is his final contract, so that will be him officially out the door, because we'll not extend that contract. But it's with Hendrick, because he's still going to have at least a year or two left. What happens with him after his loan spell? Do we have to send him back on loan? Are we going to get some money? Or could we just come to the point where we'll just terminate it altogether, pay him off, and then he becomes a free agent?
Scotland, I think the order Scotland choice, to be honest with you, but they try not to waste any money. But if he hits on Reading, if he gets Reading up or get him to the playoffs, then who knows? He may like it at Reading. He might enjoy it there. And hopefully that he also like he did with Kieran Clark, just give him that 1 year, just let him go. This is another thing, right? Why we're not getting any money for Sheffield United? He's got 1 year left on his contract. We're not getting any money for him. Gets like $1 million or 1.5 million, just a nominal fee, and that money can go towards player purchase as well. It needs to be peaked, you know what I mean? But all I'm saying is, right, this is the best that's created by Mike Ashley. They're offering new deals, right? And they just kind of shifting. Dwight Gale, kind of shifting. Matty Longstaff, kind of shifting. Yeah, you got all these players started on big contracts. McCreo as well. As much as I love him, right, I think he needs to be playing games. If he's not in Newcastle, he needs to be away, because at the end of the day, I don't want players on big wages, kind of getting to 25, right? Just going to hang a boot, right? And just pick up their wages every single week. And I don't want that. Those days, Pete, should be long gone, Pete.
Well, Manquillo is not made the pre-season games because he's out injured at the moment. So
that's
the thing. So we don't know how long he's going to be out for them games. But I'm very surprised the likes of Fernandez, Matty Longstaff have gone as well, because I thought those are going to be out the door as well.
Oh, me too.
They will be out the door.
100%.
I think Matty, if the one easy to get off would probably be Matty, because he's not a big wages at the club.
Yeah, the thing is though, Pete, I mean, you touched on Matty. I said a couple of years ago, he should have gone to Udinese. He should have had that chance of playing Serie A. He's trying to style of boots, right? You never know. He would have loved it there, you know, because Udinese have had some good young players coming through. Craig Lera, right? Zapata played there, yeah? Bruno Fernandes played there for seasons as well. He could have gone there, learned the technical side, the Italian football, and he would have learned it like a clockwise, though. But people saying they don't want him to go because he's got a place in Newcastle United. Yeah, it's been proved. 2-year contract, he hasn't really done it. He's went to Aberdeen, couldn't call it. Went to Mansfield, couldn't call it. Yeah, Matty Longstaff,
I think he did well at Mansfield, I've got to admit.
Yeah, I think he did all right. He did okay, but I think he's found in League Two, to be fair. But I think now Matty's at a crossroads to his footballing career. Where does he want to be? Is he got 1 year left on his contract? I don't know, but
yeah, 1 year left apparently.
That's another thing. He needs to make a decision now, but he needs to be playing games. Elliot Anderson, I keep 110%. Yeah, find a role for him, find a place for him. Yeah, get him in that 25 and make it make it like one of the homegrowns. Yeah, I think this guy is going to be given time. I think he's going to be good.
Has someone got the TV on by any chance? Because I can hear echoing in the background.
My telly's on mute.
All right.
Mine's on
Okay.
mute.
All right, it's gone off now, so that's no problem. We'll just rattle through some of these comments because we've got about just under 10 minutes till we get to you know what.
Okay.
If we went down, we would be the next Leeds United. If we went down, we
We
would have
ain't going
been.
down.
Liam, I know you talk a lot of sense to me, yes, but let's be real.
If we were under Bruce still and we still had Mike Ashley as owner, then yes.
100%. But not with this team, not with this owner, not with the new Czech sector coming out of the club, not with Dan Ashworth here. Anyhow, no chance. Absolutely no way.
No, I don't even know what relegation means now.
Hopefully that's long in the past now, that one.
Definitely not, man.
Liam says, how come the ITK never spoke about CEO? I can't be bothered with them.
You know what it is, Pete, right? This ITK. I mean, I'm not going to mention names on here. There's no way because of course a bother. I could call them out, but some of them, right, are just an absolute utter disgrace. You know what I mean? Saying that ours are done deal, blah blah blah. This is why I stepped aside this transfer so I can. I do a transfer, sure, but I would never ever say medicals. I would never say sign on dotted line or they haven't done it. But we've been linked to over 100 clubs this season, right? And it's just laughable. They just mentioned our names. I said on the other show, why our names being linked? We have not been linked. It's on their end, but Newcastle owners have played a coy. They never sent out, never said a word. And I think, like I said on the other show, I love the way, and Pete, I agree with you, I love the way they're doing their business. Keep it quiet and just do it how it should be done.
Do it under the radar.
Yep.
Exactly.
I mean, what did we make of this Twitter going on from this Mandy Mags where he was going on about the transfer business. He was even tagging the owners into it. I mean, how we
absolute dickhead.
He can't be a fan, man. He can't be a fan.
It's either not a real Newcastle fan, it's some twat who's just looking for clicks on social media.
Exactly.
Or if it is a real Newcastle United fan, he's, in the words of Paul, a monumental bellhead. Needs to go and take his face for shit as well.
Exactly.
I mean, what did we make of all of that?
He's going to be a Macam. It's going to be a Macam, Charlie.
I mean, why tag owners into it? How way?
Embarrassing.
On the club. It's so fast on the club. And one thing I'm going to say, right? I mean, some of our fan base, I'm going to say it. Some of our fan base, right? Come on, do that, Pete. I'm sorry, they're not Newcastle fans. And you know what? No. I showed that yesterday, and I'll tell you what. I had my say on it, right? But some of our fan base, come on, say that are an absolute disgrace. Right? Do you know what I mean? And you know what it is, right? I mean, if you either support Newcastle or don't bother. But one thing I'm going to say, you said it yourself, Pete, please do not tag the owners unless it's for good reasons, yeah? It's embarrassing.
Well, it is.
You're right there, John.
What more can I say?
Joe Lynn says, I hope I don't get pulled over as the people tell me because of how I'm driving drunk because of you, Chippers. Oh, Jesus Christ. John, is that 100 quid donated yet? I think you're going to do it still, John, didn't you?
I'm going to do it. Was that for Botman? That's for Botman, right?
Yeah.
Redham fucked up. They aren't going up. We'll see how they do, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, John goes about Italian football. Strap yourselves in, lads. He was one of Mansfield's best players. He's on about Mighty Longstaff. I like coffees in the house. I don't read reports. 3 more weeks, I'm back in non-league. I'm so excited. I think a lot of fans are just go back to watching their teams again. Very soon.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot long to go now. I mean, a couple of weeks of non-league and 3 weeks for the league, and I think it's going to be. I can see it's going to be a few. I think it's going to be the same as like it is the season, but I think we're going to give it a real good go, Pete, this season. I think we'll probably get top 8 this season. I really do.
It could well happen there this time, definitely. I mean,
I'll be happy with that.
I mean, I kind of get back to watch Gateshead play. Hopefully, they can do well in the national. league as well. I'll be getting back myself to that them as well. So when I get the opportunity as well, because I've enjoyed really watching them as well. I think everyone's just looking forward to get back to seeing football in general, which is really
I'm
good.
doing a county game.
Nice one. Guys, again, if you enjoy the show, please hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you are new. We're not far away from 1,600 subscribers. Get yourselves, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so yet, and we can certainly get there. If you do like to donate, we do have Super Chat available as well. Click the $ and you can donate to the channel. And if you like to consider becoming a member of the channel, as well, just click the join button and you can become a member for just 99p. John, what do we make of the new CEO that was appointed? I don't know if you've read that yet, because that's just technically came out the blue.
This is why I love things to be done on a quiet sort of thing, and this is it. Darren Hills, I read it out earlier on my show, and he's from the US Major League Soccer side, Atlanta United, and he has won trophies since being president there, and Chief Secretary there as well since 2014, and obviously left today. 49 years old, and he'll be working alongside Dan Ashworth, and what he's won the MLS Cup in 2018, US Open in 2019, and the Campeones Cup in 2019 as well. And he worked with Dan Ashworth as well at West Brom between 2006 and 10. I think that's a very, very, very good appointment there, Pete. I really do, because this man seems to me that he's a winner and he is successful and he wants the best.
Absolutely, indeed, definitely as well. I mean, that's coming out of the blue as well, and you're thinking, wow, it's just
absolutely
so good to hear as well. Because, hi,
I didn't know it happened.
Liam says, I want a proper playoff push in this coming season. Dulwich Hamlet, I'm talking about. Of course, Liam likes to follow a lot of non-league as well. Jolene says, I hope we don't get Jack Harrison. We have been linked with Jack Harrison.
I thought he meant only Harrison.
Hey, Chippers, Fraudley Harrison, mate. Fraudley Harrison.
Who would take us?
Fraudley.
Oh,
Harrison.
yeah, Fraudley. Yeah,
Listen, right? I mean, let's be real, right? I mean, I'd rather take Kelly Harrison rather than Jack Harrison, to be fair. But
I mean, I wouldn't say no, but would the price be accorded by?
I think there are a lot more than that. 20 million. He's got 2 years left on his contract, Pete, and I just cannot see Leeds selling for 20 million quid. I mean, we have to understand this as well. That, and I don't want to say it on here, and they're going to be thinking that he's English talent, and English premium, and he want a lot more than 20 million quid. If I take Jack Harrison, I don't need him. Ryan was correct. We need a winger who's going to upgrade on Fraser and Murphy. Jack Harrison, in my opinion, I think he's a good player, but it's not what we needed. Not what we need. We need an upper player like him.
One thing I will say is, though, Harrison scored 10 goals for Leeds last season, so he would have been our top scorer if he was here.
Yeah, but I know what you mean, but I think
he's a winger.
Yeah. True.
We probably could, but he scored more goals than all of our wingers put together last season.
Yeah. Emmanuel Dennis can play on the right, and he's a decent player.
You can. Liam says, as for Gates, I think you'll do all right. Hopefully, I think got one player from Newcastle on loan, Dan Langley, and signed a form, and Newcastle United player, of course, Tom Allen as well. So hopefully Gates can have a good season next season. Going this corner about Isaac from Sociedad. I mean, I wouldn't pay the price they are asking for.
Listen, I like him. I think this guy is quick. He's 6'4", and he's in units as well, by the way. I mean, he scores 17 goals the previous season before that. He only scored 6 last season.
That's the thing, only 6 goals last season.
Injuries, Pete. Yeah, the injuries as well, by the way. But I still take him, but not the 6 million quoted. Yeah, but
I wouldn't pay the price.
No chance, no way. And this is the thing, right? I mean, they know we got money, right? But one thing I want to say here, and I hope the guys agree with us, right? We are not going to get fleeced, ripped off, and we laughed at. Simple as that. It's like the Hekateki as well with the agent as well. We're not going to pay his agent 30 million quid, right, for the service to get this guy over the line. It ain't happening. These people are smart, savvy, and I'll tell you what as well, they know how to use the money properly.
Exactly, John. I agree with it.
I hope
He's
that
one of-
he enjoys his season ticket at PSG because that's what he'll be a spectator from the bench.
Exactly what you're going to give for them. No way in how would you going to give for them.
Yeah, Isaac 40 million quarter Jolin, and he also says the fund was 25 million. Isaac is 100 million. Wow, but definitely not. Anyways, but anyway, guys, we've been going an hour, so you know what that means.
There we go, full fix.
Right,
How
John.
exciting.
Oh, great. You've come in for this one, John, because it'd be good to get your thoughts on would you buy any of these foods at certain football grounds? Right, then. This is what we've got on first. You ready?
Brilliant.
Bring
So this is the first one we've got.
What
That's
looks
just
nice.
We've got
What is
fish and chips with tartar
Yeah.
sauce that's served at Wellington Phoenix.
Yeah, I love it. Go on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice
John,
one.
have it.
Get in.
Can't not
Thank
have
you.
fish and chips.
Exactly.
What chippers?
Is that the first one you've ever said that you would have?
3 seconds.
John, would you have that?
I don't mind fish and chips. I don't mind fish
What?
chips at all. It looks like. Would you have that, Pete? I probably wouldn't have it like that. Nah.
Got to admit, the fish portions look a bit small. I've got to admit.
It does, doesn't it, man? I mean,
They're
it won't
cod
get
bites,
big
aren't
up.
they? Are they not cod bites?
They look like
so.
Sand.
No, they could be. They could be. Yeah, I think I would with that one. Yeah, why not? Right, this is the next one we've got.
Oh, yeah.
I
Hell yeah.
have a go with that.
This is called
Hell
the
yeah.
Golden Beast with chips served at Hungerford Town.
Minus the sauce on the chips, yes.
I
Yes.
think that.
Same with the sauce.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would. Yeah, I would definitely take a stab on that one as well.
So far, so good.
This is the next one.
Oh,
Oh,
that's grim.
We've got sausage and chips with curry sauce served at Bamber Bridge.
what
I'll
the curry
have it
sauce
minus
would
the-
have that?
Minus the curry sauce, I'll have it.
That's good.
Yeah, take the curry sauce off in it, and it's a winner.
I know, exactly.
Put brown sauce on instead.
No red sauce.
Red.
Oh, red sauce. Yeah, better than that. Okay, then. This
Yeah.
is the next one.
What is
No.
that?
Oh,
This is called a jerk pork sandwich with salad served at Electric City FC.
Pass.
You know what it is? You know what it is, right? I mean, you say jerk pork. Jerk pork.
yeah.
Jerk pork. Never. I had a jerk chicken, but I never had a jerk pork, man. Never. And
That's it.
I don't think jerk pork could go with it, go together. But
Probably
jerk
just the
chicken,
same.
Yeah,
That's a no from me on that one.
No
I
for
wouldn't
me.
do that. Looks
No.
awful.
jerk
Fair
chicken.
enough, fair enough, fair enough. This is the next one.
oh,
What?
What is that?
Chips.
Cheesy chips at Cardiff City, anyone?
No.
Oh, no.
No, pass.
That's a
The thing is,
massive minute.
they can put the top. They can put the top with that as well.
Do you know what it
Fucking
is,
hate
guys? Right, I used to go nightclub in Newport, right? Newport over the bridge, right? And they used to do a lot of cheesy chips and beans, right? On the Saturday.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Oh,
My God. My God. I used to have it like nearly every flimming week, man. I'm not gonna lie, but I used to have it, man. But
See that picture.
To be honest, cheesy chips are quite nice. You've got to admit.
I don't mind cheesy
No.
chips, man. I don't mind it at all.
They're
People,
quite
I really
nice. You've
don't.
got to admit.
Obviously,
Right.
Cardiff fans and Sunderland fans have the same sort of taste.
There you
Cheesy
go.
chips.
Right, this is the next one.
what the?
What's
This
the
is
heck?
called- This is called poutine. That's fries with gravy
No.
and cheese at Montreal, Canada.
No, thank you.
Wow.
Pass.
Pass.
No.
Not for me. Pass.
Where's that served at? Leicester, is it?
No, that's served at Montreal in
Montreal.
Canada.
Oh, Montreal and Canada. Oh, no, not for me, no.
Pass.
They can have that. They can keep it. I wouldn't even
Right.
take it for free.
If Ryan was here, he would have said yes,
Oh,
probably.
you said yes, wouldn't you?
He would have.
Ryan would.
Right, this is the next one, and this does not look appetizing at all.
Oh, good heads up. Oh my god.
He's been sick.
Oh no!
Come
Looks like
on.
somebody's just brought that food back up.
This is right. That is chicken and rice served at Bath City.
No,
Chicken.
Oh,
Where's
Bath
the
City,
rice? Oh
that-
yeah, I can just see the
Bath,
rice.
Bath. That's not off of Bristol, is it, John?
No, not at all. I mean, I think it's about 25 minutes away.
I think everyone's
Oh.
going to pass on that by the looks of it.
Nah,
Well,
I
St.
believe they've got the goods.
I think someone's passing that one at literally. I think someone's passed that one at literally.
That's for me.
And this is the next one now.
Who
What
would
a,
say that like Italy, man?
right, this is the next one. What a feast they've put up here.
What the hell? Where do you
Right.
stop?
We have got Cajun chicken, pill prawns, salt pepper squid, Greek salad, and hand cut fries.
Is this
Sim-
hospitality?
Saved at Blackfed United.
Blackburn away.
No.
Okay, then.
The Greek salad. I like Greek salad.
Yeah,
I like the
Oh.
Greek salad.
especially proper Greek salad though.
Oh,
Oh,
yes. And yes or no?
No,
On the salad, yeah, but
Salad,
the rest of
yes.
it, no. Is that the hospitality section, by the way? Is it?
It must be.
probably is.
But tell you what, if they could say, wow, they could feed a family of quite a few for that. Like,
Yeah.
Paddy, that's enough to feed a family of 4.
No.
Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 left now. So this is the next one.
Oh no, not mac and cheese, is it?
Macaroni pie served at Aberdeen.
Oh, not for me. Oh,
No,
No.
Macaroni and pie.
Anyone else?
no,
Yes
not
or
for
no?
me.
No.
No.
Okay, then. Right. This is the next one. And this doesn't look very appetizing as well.
Still heads up.
Oh,
I seen that
What is
earlier
that?
on. That looks manky.
Burger in
Not for me.
Aberdeen.
No.
Oh, come
Wait,
on, man.
what they've done to that?
There's no butter or anything.
That doesn't look appetizing at all. And if I was served that, I'll throw it back at them if I'm honest.
And I'll tell you what, though, they probably charge you about £5 for that as well. Especially for the cost of flipping living, man. Nah, not for me. Not for me.
I'm sure I seen it was £6.
It costs, oh, you're a pound short, Mason. £5.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'll throw it back at them.
Put it this way, Pete. When I remember going to when we played Scunthorpe United away back in 2009-10 championship season. Me and my daughter went. And bearing in mind there was only 1,500 fans in that section. Only had one burger bar open and one set of toilets open, which was absolutely ridiculous, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got a
Good
burger
day.
and it was a heck of a lot better than what that was. And it was only £3.
I would have threw that back at them.
It doesn't look appetizing, so that would be a no for me, definitely. Okay, this is the second last one.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
yeah, more real
Brentford.
pizza.
Saved at Brentford.
That's
This
perfect.
was
Yeah,
in a
go on,
women's
man.
Euro game. This was saved during a women's Euro game, and this is saved at Brentford. Yes for me for
Go
that
with that.
one.
I'll go with that.
And yes for me as well. Yes for me.
And how much was that? £20 because it's in London?
£10. £10 short there, Tony.
That's not too.
Yeah.
That's not too bad, I suppose. Is that
Not
medium
really.
size there? Is that medium size there, Pete? Medium.
Well, it looks a decent size, that I've got to admit.
Why
It's
not?
about a 10, I would say that is. Yeah.
Sounds about right. It also tastes nice. That's what's out of it. But
That's all about. That's the main thing. This is the last one now. I would definitely say yes to this because my mouth waters every time I see this.
Ooh.
Nice.
A nice strawberry waffle at Yokohama in Japan.
Yeah, go on.
Wow.
That
Yes,
does
please,
look
don't-
appetizing, doesn't it?
It certainly does, doesn't it?
And the thing is, right? I mean, when you go abroad, like in Japan and in America, you get big portions, right? But slightly cheaper. But here, what you get here in the football stadiums and that, you get small little things, right? But you got to pay a hell of a lot more. Do you know what I mean? Like a hot dog, steak burger, you're looking at about £5-6. And how much did that cost, Pete? So would you say how much would that cost there in Japan?
Right, and if that was in English pounds, that would be £4.80.
Wow.
Whoa.
Still
Cheap
not too
that.
bad.
Worth it though, all
Cheap that.
day.
Waffles,
Okay, that-
strawberries, cream. Oh, definitely took into that.
I'll pay.
yes.
I'll pay for that. No, definitely. I wouldn't say no.
Right then. And that concludes today's food picks. So we'll get through
Super
the
good,
comments.
Peter.
There you go.
Pete, I'm gonna shoot because I've been up since 5 o'clock, so I'm pretty tired.
No problem, Chippers. So good to see you, man. Are you on back for the next show, which I might have to do it Saturday next week?
Oh,
I
okay.
finish at 5. I finish at 5 on Saturday, so should be
Right,
alright. If you do
That's
it,
no problem, Chippers. Good to see you, my man.
stays all there.
See you, Chippers.
Have a good
Yeah.
weekend, kid.
Okay, then. Well, then let's rattle through these and see what we got. Joe Litton says, nice. I like coffee, yummy. The quantity looks less, yummy. We got Hunger for Town on the same way day we played Spurs. Oh, nice. So 3 out of 3 so far. That sausage reminds me of something, Chippers. I think you know what I mean. Oh, Jesus. I think you
my
have to
God.
microwave that. That cheesy chips looks messy. Didn't look nice, did it? The fries look old. This looks like someone threw up and took a picture. I think it's all about that. Chicken and rice, definitely. We got Baffa Wade midweek, got an icon goal. Fair play. That's a great family get-together meal, that certainly is. You lot will be playing Scunthorpe United this coming season. Gates
Yeah,
said
I'm
yes,
looking forward to
probably. The pizza looks okay, but it needs more toppings. According to I Like Coffee. Yeah, that's a very good size. Very, very good. How much is that strawberry thing? That would have been about £4.80 in English pounds. And Liam says, at Dulwich and Hamlet, they do kebabs.
Oh,
I mean, kebabs are not too bad.
yeah. I'll go with that, yeah.
Chicken.
I think
chicken
John needs
kebabs.
to pop along to Bath City, though.
I mean, no, it is a
Not
Dulwich.
that kind of food.
It's a Dulwich and Hamlet, which is where Liam likes to go
Yeah.
to because he's
That's
from,
his. That's
Dulwich.
his team. That's his team.
Yeah, that's his one of his non-league sites we go to. Right, and what we'll talk about is the transfers that have been taking place for all clubs within this one. So we've got quite a few to rattle through. Right. Well then, Rafinha, he's gone to Barcelona. What do you make of that?
I thought that's a cracking sign for Barca. I mean, these will be kicking themselves, yeah, because he's going to be missed at Leeds. I mean, what he's done for the club, he kept them up, and he's a good player. He's a fantastic player. I mean, I know, yeah, someone goes missing, but when he's on it, he's on it. He was never going to go to Arsenal or Chelsea, let's be real. I'm not going to lie. I can't lie. He was always going to go to Barca. He wanted to go to Barca. What is the point of taking on someone who don't want to be at your club rather than Barcelona? That he got the move now, Pete. I think he's got good misses around about 55 million quid, 55, 60 million quid. And we got to wish the lad well. Because
Yeah,
now,
but my
they've already got
question
this-
is how could Barcelona afford him? That's the thing.
That's what I was thinking as well.
And that struggle is
come
they're
on to that as
going
well.
through.
Well, I don't know how they
Exactly.
can afford it. I don't know
It's
how
good.
they can afford that, to be fair, because it's 55 million. It was touted earlier on in the week that it was 67 million, so it's obviously dropped the fee. But I know they're paying by installments. But even so, where have Barca got all this money, considering they weren't selling De Jong now, aren't they? Because he's done a U-turn and staying at Barcelona, as far as I
How
heard.
could he?
Wow, so man, you have missed out on him.
I think
yeah.
he's owed 40 million wages.
Well, that's it. So I'm a bit. It's a big loss for Leeds, but it's just where Barcelona got the money from.
Strange one.
This is very, very Spotify, maybe. I don't know, but what I will say, I mean, Barca found a way. They always find a way, but somebody needs
The
to
will
happen
do,
there.
yeah.
See, somebody needs to happen there.
Yep. Riyad Mahrez, he signed a new contract at Manchester City until 2025.
That's a player. if it's available, I'll be over this guy all day long, no matter how much he's worth. Because Real Mahrez, I rate him very, very highly. Real talk.
No, he's
This
quality.
guy, he's a quality player. He's got a lovely left foot. He works hard for the team. I tell you something, right? I mean, if when it was an object, I think it'd be one of my first signings because we need a right-sided midfielder. He can cut inside. Brilliant player. Absolutely. But he's 31 and he's
Yep. Chelsea have been there trying to get Koulibaly from Napoli.
Let me tell you something, right? I mean, that is the player, right? If we needed a centre back, if we couldn't get Botman, we should have gone for this guy. But he's 31, right? He's 6'2", he's quick, he reads the game like a book. I tell you what, he'll be an absolute asset to Chelsea Football Club and the Premier League. It's going to be a massive myth for Italian football. He was linked to Juve as well, by the way. But Napoli, what they've done to Higuain a couple of years ago, right? They would not do the same with Koulibaly. Out of respect, he didn't want to join Juve because he was going back to Napoli as a hero. If he went to Juve, he would have done. But I think Chelsea have got a proper defender, defends properly. He's quick, he reads the game, great pass on the ball. And look, Chelsea enjoy him because that guy is world class.
34 million's a bargain as well.
Absolutely, Tony. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, the early days of when we were trying to be taken over before, obviously, before the red flags suddenly appeared. He was apparently top the transfer list, wasn't he? When we wanted to be taken over, but we couldn't, obviously, because of Mr. Hoffman when he came into the Premier League. But I would have had him in a heartbeat, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Just off the record quickly, right? You just mentioned Hoffman there, Tony, right? Do you think, just on the record, do you think he left? Do you think he resigned from the Premier League because of the takeover?
I do, John, yeah, because obviously, like I said to you the other night, I know Keith Patterson anyway, and he's a good lad, is Keith.
Yes.
And Keith done a lot, and that guy went through a lot as well. I mean, he had threats on the Premier League, saying he had no standing in all this. Because up until Hoffman came in, Richard Masters, there was no red flags. But once Hoffman came in, which, by the way, is Richard Key's best mate and a fellow season ticket holder at Coventry City with Richard Keys, that's when things changed. And things changed a lot since he went in there. But because of the cat case and because everything that came out in that cat case, especially when Daniel Giles said the Premier League wanted to throw us out, that sent shockwaves through them because even their barrister didn't know what to respond to that. He was on the ropes then. And once that, they knew they couldn't really deny that takeover because they thought, right, if we still try and deny this, I know there was some sort of thing done with beIN Sports with Saudi Arabia, but that's separate. But it went through rather quickly because I know that, well, apparently that the judge in that case wanted this to go further and he wanted to make this into a trial.
Yep. And
had that gone into a trial, the corruption that would have come out of that would have been immense and it would have sent shockwaves right through the league. And not just your Richard Masters and your Gary Hoffman, but also your big six, the cartel, as we call them. So, so basically, Hoffman, once the takeover went through, he knew his days was numbered. So he thought, the only way I can do this is by looking good and saying, I'm resigning from my role as chairman, because basically he knew he hadn't won. And that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to stop our takeover. And he knew he was on a losing streak, so he had to go. Okay. But and what Daniel Jowl come out with in that case, it was just like gobsmacking. I remember being off work that day, so I was glad I could be able to sit and watch it for 8 hours.
Wow.
Yep. Fulham trying to still get Mbabu.
Probably not close.
They're still trying to push for that. Of course, Ekatigi's picked PSG. Fair, okay then. I'm glad we moved on from that. Christian Eriksen, he's now a Man United player.
Good luck to him.
Good little signing there. Great signing for them. I mean, I know Mason doesn't like United, but listen, end of the day, I think United needed to restructure that midfield. Bruno Fernandes, I think, is still quality. I know people's going to say it. He does it in the big games, but they needed a midfield. If they got Frank de Jong, FDJ, I think they would have been very close to a top 4 space. But now he's not going to leave Barca. Listen, at the end of the day, I think Erik ten Hag, I think he's going to do good things to them.
On the Eriksen thing, I know we were linked with him as well. But if I'm honest, and I've always said this, and but I've always said this, and I've been in Newcastle for over 40 years now. So, I went my first match in 1982 when I was 10-year-old. But, I look at this and I think in some ways, I know there's no loyalty in football because it's very rare now that you even get one player that stays at a club for his whole career. You get the odd few that do that. But I think, honestly, with Eriksen, Brentford gave him his chance back into football. And I think he should have done the honourable thing, gone back to Brentford and re-signed with Brentford because at the end of the day, his dream of coming back wouldn't have been made possible if Brentford hadn't given him that opportunity in January.
Yep. Absolutely. What do we make of Raheem Sterling signing for Chelsea?
Good signing, but I'm amazed that Man City sold him to a rival. I was absolutely amazed. But what Man City hope it doesn't happen, that Chelsea makes Sterling scores the winning goal, wins to Chelsea the title. Because I think Chelsea now has got a team there. They have got a team, and what they need is a centre forward. Someone's going to bang the goals. So that's been a problem over the years. Since they had good strikers up front. Lukaku's been a complete utter waste of time. They have Shevchenko, didn't do it. And all these strikers, just like a strikers curse at Chelsea. But I think if Tuchel gets it right, then believe you me, I think Chelsea will come close.
I would have had Sterling, to be honest with you, John. But as I've said before many a time, the moment we just can't attract that type of player because we haven't got European football. But once we get European football, which I believe we could get this season, we could finish 7th easily. I mean, when you think of the start, if you look at the form table, we were actually in 3rd place in that form table, so that's a Champions League spot. And I'm not for 1 minute saying we're going to finish in the Champions League spot, but we were only 7 points off that 7th place. So if we push into getting that 7th place, and I mean, you're only battling with the likes of Brighton, West Ham, Leicester, Wolves. Are we better than them? Yeah, we can be.
Of course we are. Of course we are.
We can be.
Maybe so, right, guys. We've got them. Exactly. Yeah.
We got
the fans.
Who thought 10 years ago we would have finished 5th under Alan Pardew of all managers? Mr. Relegation.
No. Exactly, yes.
Okay. And not only that, right? I mean, look, if you do get a Champions League, right? If you do get it, then look at the fans. Look at the stadium. We've got it. We've got the lot. But we need to get into European football. We've got to finish in the top 6, top 7 to make it happen.
Yeah. You could even win a Carabao Cup to get there if you can win that, because as any team can win that. I mean, Swansea City proved that, didn't they? They won it. So,
Exactly. There you go. I totally agree. But I take any trophy at Newcastle United. Whoever wins that trophy, if anyhow wins that trophy for us, he becomes a legend. Simple as that. You know what I mean? And people say, yeah, if it's only Carabao. Yeah, we have won a trophy since 1969. And people don't understand this at all whatsoever, guys. You know what I mean? People outside of football who don't support Newcastle need to learn the history. They need to learn the stats, yeah? We haven't won since 1969. And if you win it, it's going to be a long party, people. And they're going to have to get used to it here.
And if I'm right in saying, I think if you win the FA Cup, I think you get a Champions League place. Is that right?
That's...
the Premier League goes into Europa League then. I think that's what it is.
The 4th place
would end up in Europa League if you win the FA Cup, because if you're not in the Champions League spot, I think you go to the Champions League if you win the FA Cup. I think.
Wow.
I'm sure I heard that somewhere.
I know if you win the Europa League, like Frankfurt,
that takes into the Champions League as well. Yeah.
So if you're in the FA Cup, gets to the Champions League, wow! I tell you what,
Mm.
they got to play our strongest. And this is another thing. If you're comparing cups and that, let's go for it. Play your strongest team. And people say, yeah, you gotta like get the reserves a goal. You gotta put the reserves players in. Well, no, I want to win the cup. I want to see our strongest team.
Yeah.
I'll just rattle through these comments because they've been coming in quite quickly. Where are
Sorry.
Barcelona get this money from, you wonder? Well, hi, exactly. Financial fair play doesn't exist. Don't care what anyone says. Well, for some clubs, it doesn't now, does it? He's got Morris in his fantasy team. Barcelona sold 25% of their TV rights for around about 500 million.
Could be that then.
I still stand with the Big Six runs the Premier League. Well, with our owners, they will still want to finish in Europe next season, hopefully. Our owners, MBS won't accept less. Well, we'll just see what happens.
MBS, he's just an MBS then. He's got now to do with the club, not MBS. I thought it's PCP.
Yeah.
If the Saudi owners, if the Saudis wanted to buy someone like Man City, there wouldn't be any talks of going to court. Exactly.
Liam,
I'm glad as
you're
a
right.
Newcastle fan that the club has made smart signing rather than just signing big names. Exactly, yes.
Exactly. I've said that earlier on my show.
Man United will be title contenders. Nah, I still don't think they will
Totally
be.
agree with that as well.
Our defense next season will be amazing. Hopefully, it will be.
Can I just say that as well? Like Musicals just said, he's correct. We have got a defense now that can actually defend properly. And I'm going to do like the team show next week and which tactics we think Eddie Howe's going to play next season. And we're going to be discussing that.
Yeah. What do you think? You think what? From January to now, we've got a whole new back four now because we've got Trippier, Byrne, Botman, and Target.
Yeah, Liam says, I think Ten Hag will fail. There's too much pressure at Man United. Still not going to be rosy in the garden for them. I mean, there's still players there who aren't good enough. There's still players who just don't want to be there still as well. That's the issue with Man United. Ronaldo, he still wants out of that club, even though Eric Ten Hag says he's not for sale and he wants him in his plans. But Ronaldo wants out because they brought him back to see if they could get in the Champions League. They haven't done that. And he's like, well, we did get Champions League.
The problem with Man United is the players unfortunately run that club, as it's been proven last season when they got rid of Solskjaer and then Ranić come in. To be honest with you, he wasn't even the manager because the players were running that team.
Exactly. Exactly.
And the way that Jesse Lingard back in January, well, that was an absolute disgrace.
Should have let him go on.
We walked away because they wanted a £12 million survival bonus from us if we stayed up. But it wouldn't have been just Lingard who helped us. It would have been the whole team. And
exactly.
You see, so you go back to that. And then Ranić was on TV, wasn't he? Because he wasn't happy after being asked on Sky. Well, we've just bought Lingard. And he says, oh, that dressing room's a disgrace. And he said, oh, well, I'll have words with Lingard because he shouldn't be coming out with stuff like that. But the guy's telling the truth. And if you watch Man U, that team is just absolutely dreadful. And I mean, you know, they've got a lot of moles in that team as well. And I reckon Dean Henderson was the biggest mole. So, wow. I'm glad Forrest have got him.
Joel thinks Stillin's a crap player. He's not a crap player. I mean, some don't rate him. That's the thing. But
you know what it is? I go back on Jesse Lingard, right? Let's be real, right? He's priced himself out of a move. He priced himself out of a move because he's asking for ridiculous amounts of money. We weren't going to fall for that, by the way. Let's be real, right? No. He's a good player, but at the end of the day, if he was that great, he would be signed with a club right now. You know what I mean? Even the MLS tracking him as well, and they're balking about his wages as well. But this guy is nearly 30 years old, and I think now he's missed out. He's missed out on the top clubs.
Possibly, we'll just wait and see. Jordy Tuvalai says, John, if Man United signed Frankie de Jong, no way would they finish in the top four. Eriksen and Bruno will be able to play in the same side over 90 minutes, possibly the odd game, but it's one or the other, in my opinion.
I think De Jong will be in the team straight away, 100%. I think Ericsson, in my opinion, I think he'd be a squad player. I don't think he'd be in the first team. Bruno be captain of the team. No, he's always captain because Sam Maguire's captain of that team. So I think Frenkie de Jong will definitely be in that team 100%. But Ericsson will be the one to be sacrificed where he'll be playing as the squad player.
7th will be good enough for our orders. Mohammed bin Salman, that's what he meant by MBS 6 minimum. Well, we'll just wait and see. Against League 2 Bradford, though. If we don't get Europa League or Champions League, then Botman and Bruno and possibly Diaby will leave. Well, we'll wait and see.
Pete,
We haven't got them yet.
Can I say something about I sent you guys heard of Julian Laurens, the French expert, right? He's on Talk Sport, right? We did a show, right? And he said last week, right? I read it. A lot of people haven't read it, but he said that Bruno Guimaraes will stay at Newcastle for 1 season because he said that he is too good for Newcastle United. And when you get someone come up and say that sort of thing, it does get our fans get going, right? It just gets our backs up a little bit, like, you know. But Bruno G is happy at Newcastle United. He loves Newcastle, yeah. He loves the fans, he loves the passion, he loves the club, everything about that club, right? So I tell you what, Julian Laurens, as much as I expect him, right, I think he should keep his mouth shut, right? Would you have said that if he played for a top 6 club? No. But Julian Laurens, I could pretty much guarantee you now, he's not been up to Newcastle United and seen the passion, the war flags, the atmosphere, the lot. Come up there, Julian, and they'll soon change your mind.
Well, if you look back at last season after the Leicester game when Bruno had his interview with Sky, and he says, I want to play for Newcastle over 100 times. He says, I want to be a legend here. So he's going to be here longer than 1 season, that's for sure. And he said,
That's it.
There you go.
There you are.
All these media lovers, media people saying that Newcastle is a small club, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, right, they still come to Newcastle United because we are a big club, a big club, which is a project club. It's a project. People have to understand it is a project.
There you are. That's what it is now. Yeah, definitely. So there you are. Hugo is safe for PSG. Thank God. While he's on the verge of saying them now, I'm glad we've walked away from that now.
Done.
Oh, definitely. Because he just didn't want to come, did he? And his agent was asking for ridiculous money, wasn't he?
13 million quid, I believe.
Liam says if we got 4th under Pardew, we still wouldn't have got Champions League. As didn't Chelsea win the Champions League? They did win it that season, didn't they?
Yeah, yes. I think so. Yeah, they did.
2012, I believe they.
Yeah, it was.
Di Matteo won it for them.
Mohammed bin Salman, he is there to PIF. Yes, he is. We need a striker and a right wing, and I'll be happy. Yeah, I mean, I think we still need to strengthen those positions as
well. Would you still take? Well, I said earlier on. I mean, the thing is, right? I mean, we need to buy someone we really need. We needed a right side of midfielder. That's what we desperately need, and a striker. In fact, I think Diaby, right? I don't think we'll again because Leverkusen asked for a stupid amount of money. But I've just got a feeling, right? Come the last couple of days of the transfer window slams shut, I think they're going to have to go for it.
Definitely, John. I agree with you, 100%. Because I think, I've always said, the right player comes along and it's at the right price. That deal will be done regardless. And another name that I've heard mentioned lately, and apparently we are looking at him. He plays for Metz, and he's a young midfielder. He's only 20-year-old, and his name is Boubacar Traoré. And apparently, you could pick him up for 10 million. He's an up and coming. If
I've never heard of this guy.
10 million, snap him up and get him in. He's a CM centre mid.
I've never heard of this guy. This is the thing. I don't watch a lot of League One teams, and I suppose to the European football soon.
They've been relegated, John, Metz as well. So I
mean, probably getting for a bit less.
Man U signed Ronaldo for shirt sales according to Liam. Without Ronaldo, Man United finish mid-table. Yeah, I think they do.
Without a doubt.
If we don't get Europe and Madrid then came in next season, he will go there. We'll see.
No.
Newcastle's owners are worth 1.4 trillion. Take that in that 1.4 trillion.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you are.
Wow.
New
It's
stadium,
the
new stadium,
obscene
new
amount of
stadium.
money in it.
There you are. We'll just run over for some more air transfer news as well. Wade Hennessy, he's gone to Nottingham Forest. So Wade Hennessy have got another goalkeeper, Wade Hennessy.
Do you see that Albanian goalkeeper who signed for Brentford?
Thomas
Lazio.
Kosha, who's played for
Yes.
Lazio. He's gone their 4-year deal.
I don't know how he's went there.
Man United still tried to add Lissandro Martinez to Man United.
So centre back.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
he
believe
is.
he is.
He's been pictured in a private jet, you know.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, interesting. DJ Spence is has been undergoing a medical to Spurs from Middlesbrough.
Good signing.
I would have had him, but the only problem is we would absolutely hold that young lad back because there is no way he's getting past Trippier unless Trippier gets an injury. So, to be honest with you, it's probably better he goes to Spurs.
Right wing back, yeah.
Yeah.
So there you are.
Chancellor Benma's joined Marseille, you know.
Yes, he has. A former Newcastle centre back, Mbemba. He joins Marseille.
Wow, good luck to him.
I mean, I didn't mind Mbemba at Newcastle.
Same. I like him.
Oh, he played all right, didn't he?
I thought he was good.
Bit like Martins, we just don't know how old he is. I think he's got about 4 birth certificates, hasn't he?
No, he's definitely in his 30s. I know that.
Was he 35 or is he 31 or is he 27?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he did play left back very well in the when we're coming back up in that game against Stoke. Was it Stoke? He played left back. I'm sure it was.
Something like that, wasn't it?
I can remember that.
Rangers have added a loan signing from Bayern Munich called Malik Tillman.
Never heard of him.
William Saliba's trying to fight for his place at Arsenal.
This is the thing, right? I mean, if we didn't get Botman, I would have gone for Saliba because he is a very good defender. He really is, yeah. But Arteta is just do not trust him for some reason. I just do not understand it. Why? But he went to Marseille on a season-long loan, got them second place, got them Champions League. But I would have played Saliba over Ben White all day long.
Oh, definitely.
I think Arsenal paid well over the odds to get Ben White in, I've got to admit, didn't they?
No, it definitely wasn't worth 50 million. No way.
Mugged off.
If I was Ben White, I would just stay at Brighton because he did well at Brighton and he's got a future ahead of him when he was at Brighton. But the Arsenal moves just basically fucked up his career.
I just don't think he's good enough. I really don't. I mean, the thing is, I think this is why they didn't get in the top 4 this season because it's not just him; it's Rob Holding as well. I mean, he cost the game against Spurs. He ain't that great a defender, but Arteta is under huge pressure this season. He does not get Arsenal in the top 4. He's done.
He could well be. Yes, this could be the time. He's got to see how he does, and if there's no success, then he's out the door.
No question. They done since he's been at that club, right? He's done. He's done by when the transfer window slams shut. I reckon he'd be done about 400 mil. Liverpool has spent a little bit less than that. They won the league title and the Champions League in that time. Arteta's done 400 million.
I mean,
that's a lot.
I mean, Pete, would you go for Calimiendo? I would. Leeds are in talks with him.
Not bad.
Not a bad show, definitely.
Can I just come in? Who did he play for?
He plays for PSG and he was on loan last year and scored 12 goals in 32 games.
So he's a striker?
Yeah, and Leeds are in talks with him apparently. We should get in there and get him because I think we would get more of Leeds, definitely. And he's only 20 and he's only going to get better, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's your question, though, right? I mean, just quickly going to the next one, Pete. Do you think Leeds, with all these players have been signing, there's about 7 or 8 new players coming in, right? Got 0 Premier League experience, right? Are they going to struggle this season?
I think so.
It could
That
well
would work.
happen, couldn't it? It really, really could. I like Covey says Brozer was seen with a protective boot on. I've seen that, so we've been linked with him, but we may have to pull that if he's got a boot on, which means he's got a serious injury.
Doesn't look great. Doesn't look good at all.
I mean, I've seen that. Joe Lynn says I take Diaz and Diaby for striker and right winger. Which Diaz you on about?
I'm sure it's the Blackburn one.
Barrett and
That could
Diaz.
be.
There's
That could
Diaz.
be.
Yeah,
He's got one left
That
on his
could
contract,
probably-
but I think he activated this one. Yeah, deal.
Well, I
So
think
he's got one left.
yeah. I think if Brocha's got this boot on, I think if we're looking for somebody, I think we might go in for Enquiries then, because he's a similar type of player. But he would be a hell of a player if we can get him in. He costs
Who's
about
that?
30 million.
Yeah.
What's his name
absolutely.
again? What's his name?
Can I just
again?
come in about Borja?
Enquiries.
Yeah, go on then.
I got you.
Go on, Mason.
It's literally just came up. West Ham have just offered Chelsea 30 million for Borja.
30 million. Jesus. Wow.
Wow. I tell you
So
what,
somebody-
we need.
And this is from Sky.
My concern is like he doesn't score a lot of goals, or does he?
He scored 9 goals last season, Pete. 9 goals in 32.
It's not a lot, is it? That's the thing.
Not really.
That's the thing. Joe Linton, nice try there.
Mike Cleat.
I wasn't falling for that. And you no, definitely not falling for that. No. What about young Haggy from Rangers? He was on fire for them not so long ago. Yanis Haggy.
Yeah, happy.
His dad weren't a bad player. Georgie Hadji weren't a bad
Georgie
player.
Hadji is class.
What a great player he was, John Money.
Really just, I mean, the thing is, right, he had 2 years, I think he had 2 years, but 2 years of Brescia, right, all these years ago. And then they left Real Madrid to go to Brescia back in 1992. And I thought, wow, Brescia got a good signing there. 6 million to pay for this guy, by the way. First season relegated, stuck by them, got him back up, then he joined Barcelona. What a player this guy was as well. But that left foot of this, by the way, brilliant.
Yeah, we've just got about just over 50 minutes left of the show left. So, again, if you're enjoying the show, guys, please hit the thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you're new or you're enjoying the content and you're not yet subscribed. We're not far away from 1,600 subscribers, so do hit that subscribe button as well. And we can get to 1,600 subscribers very, very soon. As well, of course, if you'd like to donate, we do have Super Chat available. And if you would like to become a member of the channel, just click the join button. And you can become a member of the channel for just 99p. And we've got, again, the link is still pinned in the live chat. So if you want to come on for the last part of the show, just click on that link and I will see you in the waiting room and bring you on. We've got, of course, Means on Monday. So, can we add another win in preseason in that game?
Should do.
Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. I think we can. And let's because the Mainz fans, they were so critical against playing this game, weren't they? They didn't want to play it. So let's go out there, hammer them, and stick it up their backsides, basically.
Exactly. But all these people, I don't want to play us because of what's going on with some Saudis, this and that, and Tova, yeah.
It's pathetic, John.
Get used to it. Get used to it, because at the end of the day, right, they could buy your club, and that would have been said, because they bought Newcastle, and everyone would have just get on a high flipping horse about it, right? No, I mean, get used to it. Yeah, we're here to compete.
We're here to stay. Just going back to, when I was talking about Boubacar Traore, just a couple of stats on him here for you. Yeah. He's obviously 6 foot. He's from Mali.
Yep.
He wears the number 8 at Metz. He played from 2021, and he's made 21 appearances in total for Metz and scored 2 goals. But at 20-year-old, he can only get better.
Just like that lad who was just signed for Tottenham. I don't know what his name is. He was from Metz as well, but he went back on loan. He's possibly had the biggest jump of his career so far, going to like a top team in London. I forgot what his name's called.
when you think there's some good African players, though, you can get them from France on the cheap, and they turn out to be superstars.
Yeah, Jolin says Kyogo would be good as he's a good player. A bid will help expand our fan base to Japan, which would help Kyogo from Celtic.
He's a good player. He gets a few injuries, man, but when he's on it, he is on it. That guy is absolutely fantastic. Scores some goals, pace, and you know what it is, right? I mean, the defense just hates playing against this guy. Honestly, I think it'd be an absolute asset for Newcastle if we get this guy. But he'll not be leaving Celtic anytime soon. Not as long as Postecoglou's there. He'll go nowhere.
He's a player I've really admired wanting to come to Newcastle, just the way he plays.
Yeah. It'd be a lot of money as well, by the way.
Yeah, probably will be.
A lot of money.
Well, yeah. I don't know how much he would go forward now at the moment, but I know you like to watch a lot of Celtic, John, as well. So,
I said to Paul last season that all the people just pipe it up and say that Celtic's not going to beat Rangers for the title. Rangers going to win the league again, and they're going to win it by 10, 15 points again. And you know what? I just said, you know what? Celtic are on the way back, and also you're just keeping that trophy on loan. And what Celtic done, I tell you what, it was just sensational.
Yeah. Do you think, John? Do you think Celtic only won that title this last season because Gerrard left Rangers?
No, I still think Celtic will win it anyway. I think Celtic had enough quality there to beat Rangers anyway. I think Postecoglou, the way we play football, free-flowing football, you get an average of 25 shots goal attempts average per game. And what he's done is all about attacking football. I think Celtic would have won the title even if Gerrard was still there, by the way. No question about it.
Interesting. But you are. So we've got about just under 15 minutes left of the show. Again, guys, feel free to get your comments in the live chat definitely as well. I've seen England women have won 5-0 against the Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
So another good win for the Lions.
They've done very well, haven't they? Absolutely brilliant. And they say that Spain or Denmark in the quarters, so nothing to fear there because Spain have lost two of their best players.
Wow.
They've lost their Ballon d'Or winner and their striker. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So, wow.
That'd be a good game, that. That'd be a head of the game, that too. Who wins that game will probably win a lot, but I think England will do it.
That's next Saturday, I believe. I think it is. This quarterfinal.
Believe so.
Andrew says England lads are scoring for fun. Yeah, they are by the definite sounds of it. So,
it was nearly 6 there, just over the bar.
Oh, so are the games still going at the moment?
There's still 2 minutes left plus stoppage time.
Wow, so that game's still ongoing. Wow,
and haven't conceded yet. England either.
Yes, you were right, Mason, when you brought it up. West Ham have offered 30 million for Broja.
Wow, I tell you what, though, our Newcastle's going to compete this time. We're going to go in a counter offer. I think it's there in London.
If we were to get him, it'd be low, and I don't think we would spend permanent on this because of the 30 million. He hasn't scored enough goals. That's the thing.
I've also heard Broja doesn't want to leave London either.
Yes, that's the thing. He doesn't want to leave London as well. Jolene says Kyogo 25 million plus Wood. He just wants rid of Chris Wood up the side.
Oh, no thanks. Don't want him at Celtic. Nah.
I mean, he set up Bruno's goal. To be fair to him, he did set up the goal for Bruno to score the third. I mean, Bruno, I think he's ready for next season. You can tell.
I tell you what, though, if he can defend properly, start conceding lots of goals, and then we start get a couple of goals up front, we'll win the game. And I can see us having a fantastic season. We got Botman at the back, Kieran at the back, Callum at attack, and the midfield's going to be strong. Very, very strong. But I want to see Joe Willock in there next season.
Tell you what I could see as well is if Kel Watts has a good pre-season for us, I can see him pushing Lascelles further down the pecking order because he's had a couple of good spells at Plymouth and at Wigan. and now he's back, and he had a good game against Gates, and he played the full 90. So, you know, who
yes, he
knows?
did, didn't he?
What was
Yeah.
he like? What was he like, Kelwas? What was he like?
He's not a bad player. I've watched him a few times for like Plymouth and
He
Wigan,
was good.
and he's
What-
very good.
What,
Put this way,
just back from the back.
I think if he gets a squad number, well, he can get a squad number anyway because he's under 21, isn't he? So,
I mean, he'll not have to be registered if he's part. I mean, it
Yeah.
depends. What do you think's going to happen with Elliot Anderson as well?
I'll keep him. Keep him.
yeah,
Don't sell him on loan. Keep him. He'd be an asset for us. You know what I mean? But see how he does in the first part of the season, and then come January, if they can't get in the team, loan them again. But at the end of the day, keep him. Keep the lad because I think he'd be fantastic. He
I
could
think it all
surprise.
depends. Sorry, John. I think it all depends on who we sign. I mean, it might be a case we might sign players and then anyhow might say, do you know what? I'll let them go on loan for half the season till January in the Championship and then bring them back. Or he might even go back to Bristol Rovers and be with Joey Barton again because, you know, Barton knows Newcastle anyway. So, and he'd get the best out of Elliot Anderson anyway, which he's already proven. So, and even Barton went down and said he's as good as Peter Bielsa.
Yeah.
And they called him Maradona down there, didn't they? So
Julie Maradona.
yeah, but also you could even put him on the bench and keep him for the half season and say, right, okay, because you got 5 subs, so you can come on and play a bit part, can't you?
Exactly. Why not? You've got to give the youngins a chance, you know, in this league.
Yeah.
Off you be out.
You've done it with Forden.
Yeah, true.
Certainly have, haven't they? Again, Joel says 25 million and one and a written apology and no receipt from Keith. Oh, God. Hi, Truls. Good show, Tony. Yeah, we've just got over 5 minutes left of the show again, guys. Get your comments in the show for the last remaining part of the show. Joe Linton says Wood is the Kiwi Riviere. Riviere was goddamn
yeah,
awful.
man.
Oh, he was.
You know
dire,
what it
wasn't
is,
he?
right?
Riviere
You know what
was
it is,
wrong.
right? I can remember a couple of years ago, right? People was always being negative about Riviere selling with Phil miserably. People having a go at us, right? And I got piled on, sort of thing. And those same people piled on us, I apologized to us. And guess what? I didn't want an apology. They didn't want to pile on this. They had their say.
Because he was
correct.
terrible.
I was correct.
A lot of people said, because he did well in pre-season, but that was
Yeah.
it.
They bigged him up. They
He
cost.
was
They
awful in the league.
They packed him up, right? They perhaps he's going to be the next big thing, right? As far as I know, he's playing in Serie B with Cosenza. No, Cotone. That's how I looked.
Yeah, I see you put the chat, Tony, full-time England have won 5-0.
Yeah.
Well done on the lasses.
Bring on the quarters.
Absolutely, yes. Julian says Remy Cabella is at Lille. Yes, he has signed for Lille now, wasn't he, Remy Cabella?
Wow.
Yeah.
Remember, I think to me, he had the ability, but I think it's too lightweight for the Premier League. We paid, how much you pay for this guy? 12.5 million quid. That went down well, didn't it, with Mike Ashley?
Yeah. Bit like Tauvin, wasn't it? He didn't really settle either, did he? And he plays in
Yeah.
Mexico now.
And not
Yep.
not good.
Yeah.
What do you
Tony
think?
says,
Oh, sorry, Peter.
is Elliot Anderson more of a winger or a centre midfielder?
I think he play anywhere, like, you know, across the attacking midfield, and then he comes down the left.
Yeah, I think he can do as well, which is what I like. So he could play alongside. I mean, do you think is he going to get more involved next season? Which games, or do you think he's going to be more in the cup games if we're not going to send him out on loan?
Play him in
Well,
the
I hope
cup
not.
games.
Well, we'll just wait and see, I suppose.
See?
I mean, there was another thing as well I saw, obviously on West Ham, obviously they're looking at Broja. Now, if West Ham are bidding for Skamaka, why aren't we going in for him? Because I would snap there to sell those hands off and take him.
Yep, I think I would as well.
What about you, John?
So I couldn't hear what you said, lad. So what was the question? Sorry.
Yeah, West Ham, they're in they've obviously getting in touch with Sassuolo about Skamaka.
Yeah,
I would take him with a heartbeat, John.
I watch him a lot. I think he's a decent striker. He's a levels than Chris Wood, by the way. I think he's better than Chris Wood. 16 goals for Sassuolo last season. I think he scored 16 goals, like 13, 14 goals last season with the club. That's from Reggio Emilia. I like it. He's got both feet. He can good in the air, holds the ball up well, and has good positions as well. And I quite like him. I think he's a unit. Excuse me, unit. And I think it'd be asset for Newcastle United, but it looks like he's going to go to West Ham.
Yeah, it's a strange one.
Very.
And also, do you think? Also, another question for everybody here, and even in the chat as well. Now that Callum Wilson's decided he's going to live in Newcastle and not travel 700 miles to Bournemouth every time, do you think that could be a good thing that he stays fit longer? Because I think he could do.
Yeah,
he could do, but it all depends because he has been very injury prone, not just for Newcastle, but it's happened with Bournemouth as well. That is just my concern.
Yeah, we definitely need backup there though for Wilson.
100%.
That's for sure.
100%.
And I think he'd play for England more as well if he was more fit. You see, I think he'd be in the England squad, but that's why Southgate doesn't take the risk.
That's the thing. So, I mean, I just have that concern. He is going to pick up another injury. That's my concern. I just have that thing. He could pick up another injury.
Yeah, and then you lose him
again,
for like 4 months.
Again, a lot of fans are feeling the same as well. But because that just shows we definitely need a backup striker. A lot of fans, they're not confident with Chris Wood. I mean, do you think it's going to be second time looking for Chris Wood? Because I'm not so sure.
Nah, he's not.
I'm not sure. Not for me. Definitely not for me, guys. I mean, look, he only came in. He did okay. He's done the job, kept us up. But listen, not for me. We need someone's going to come in and score
2 goals.
15 goals minimum. I just do not think he's the answer. He's not the answer. When we paid 25 million for this guy, that 25 million could have been saved, right? And gone to a quality, better striker.
It could have been, yes. I mean, I think we went for it because we were desperate for a striker during the time, and he had a release clause, and that's why we triggered it, and then we got him into the football club. That is the thing. So, but yeah, it's just like he's not suit the style we are playing. That's the thing, isn't it?
No,
not at all. No. He was brought in to do a job, and he's done his job. But he's a difference between a striker and a goal scorer, and he's a striker, but he's just more of a target man, and he's not he's not a 15 to 20 goal a season man either. So, I think we need somebody who can put the ball in the back of the net, And then, like I said before, someone like even Calamiendo, that he would do well for 20 million, or Gabriel Barbosa as well. There's another one.
Yep, I've one taking a punt on him. True says we can't rely on Wilson being fit, in my opinion. Yeah, that's the thing. Big season for Wilson. Hopefully it is. First day after transfer window is shut. Wilson gets injured. God, I hope not. Tony says we needed a striker. We needed a striker for the Watford game. I think we did. I mean, that is a game we really dropped points against.
Exactly.
I mean, John, you were there as well. And that was against a team that was sitting in the bottom 3 as well. We should have looked to have won comfortably, and we threw that away, didn't we?
Pete, it was just it felt like a loss when I left the stadium at the end of the day. But one thing I'm going to say, I can't lie, but you're right. I mean, that should be 3 points in the bag, but it's just poor defending. João Pedro, how did he got top above the cells? It was poor. But then again, it happened when I thought Miggy should have trapped back a bit more to land that cross. When that cross allowed to come in, but the defense should have been ready. For me, when he's got that goal with João Pedro, I thought the cells was done. Sven Botman not a defender like that. No way. Right? Yeah. Dan Burn were not allowed to defend like that. They could have won it, by the way. They could have won it. But it was embarrassing, man. It was just shocking. It's poor defending, man. And Edison's got a good goal, but at the end of the day, we needed that second goal badly. But Watford had chance after chance.
We
didn't
did.
They had
Yeah.
chance after chances when they broke away, and when he blazed it over the bar, did he? When he ran and then went to Pedro. I think it might have gone to him, and he blazed it over the bar, did he?
Yeah, Tony says we should have just kept Carroll instead of saying we could have done much risk. Andy Carroll was done. That was the thing.
Exactly. He scored two cracking goals against for Reading, did he? Got caught offside, did he, every single time?
That was the thing.
Two.
The fact is, Carroll only scored one goal when he came back.
Yeah, exactly. He's got the ability when he's match fit, he's unplayable. That guy is quality.
Yep. But anyway, guys, we've now come to the end of the show now. It's been another blast of a show. So thanks so much, guys, for tuning in tonight. John, thank you so much for coming in. Please do check out John's channel. He's not far away from 3,000 subscribers. Help him to get there. Help him to get there. He deserves it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you very much. See you later, John.
Take care. See you later. Take care.
See you later, John.
See you later.
Tony, thank you very much for coming in the night as well.
Yeah. No worries. Thank you very much. See you later, Pete.
See you later, Tony.
See you later, Tony. Thank you very much, Mason.
No problem, Peter. See you.
Thank you very much. Well, guys, another blast of a show we have had tonight. Again, we've talked lots more stuff regarding Newcastle, other clubs as well, definitely, and those good old food picks that we have within an hour of the show, definitely. So, but anyway, guys, I may have to reschedule next show because I think I've got something on Friday night. So I may have to look to do next show on Saturday night by the sound of it, but do keep an eye out. Definitely. So again, thank you very much for tonight, guys. Tony says, cheers, John, Mason, PD, and Tony. Yep. Thank you very so much, guys. Again, if you have enjoyed the show, please hit the thumbs up. Again, if you are new and you would enjoy the content and you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We're not far away from 1,600 now. Let's get to there very, very soon. Let's just hope we can do that. Definitely. So, yep, definitely. Thank you so much, guys. Again, you can drop me comments when this officially gets put out as well. Definitely. And I shall catch us all later. Take care of yourselves. Good night.